Thank you everyone for joining to the project kickoff meeting for the client land about the oxygen plant installation. My name is Gibran Beg Mohammed, and let's get started. The agenda of this meeting is we're going to go through the project description, project scope, and team introduction, project management cycle, work breakdown structure, project cost estimation, and communication plan and tracking plan. Let's just get into the project description. So this project entails about the installation of an air separation unit commonly used to generate medical oxygen for use in health processes. The company is expected to transport our company is expected to transport the various parts of the plant to its Latin American regional headquarters in New Jersey and later to Texas for assembling and installation at the client site. The company will then run the plant as part of the project testing part for a few weeks before project handover to the client. This is going to be our quality analysis phase. The design of the oxygen plant was made by the company in consultation with the client. The oxygen plant is expected to meet the criteria agreed upon between the company and the client. Let's just get into the scope. The major scope of the project involves the transportation and installation of oxygen generating plant in Texas. The acceptance criteria will be based upon different outputs signed off by the team head and later approved by the project management team head. The project deliverables will be discussed in the WBS structure later on. Project assumption. The major assumption is based on the provided technical and situational overview provided by the client and in the agreement reached by the initial project design stage. So let me introduce towards the project members, key stakeholders. The project team, management team will be led by Ambrose Wilchester. And the engineering technicians by Carol Smith, transportation logistics expert Adele Petersburg, standardization expert team Frederick, medical gas expert Chloe Jackson, and the client team would be Mr. Frederick P. Wallace. The project management cycle would consist of three phases. The first phase would be plan, design, and manufacturing. That's gonna be the project frame is 6 months, and for that phase, and the later phases is gonna be 12 months altogether. Phase 2 and phase 3. For phase 2, there are two different phases. One is planned transportation and the other one is planned installation. And for the third phase, it's going to be planned testing and handover. The main reason we have differentiated between phase 2 as in two different independent phases just because of the planning it will take and the different experts, but later it will still be accumulated in a single phase. Let's just get into the work breakdown structure. For the phase 1 design and manufacturing, we're going to be establishing plant specification and requirements, agreement of the plant design with the clients, sourcing of any additional raw material, setting up project implementation team, and that's going to be the design phase. And for the manufacturing element of the phase, it's going to be the plant's manufacturing. And that's going to be 16 weeks. This is a major step because it's going to be requiring heavy resources and heavy amount of time to manufacture all these plants parts. Let's just get into the second phase, plant transportation and plant installation. Developing plant logistic, plan logistic, shipping parts to New Jersey, then transporting it off the parts to Texas. And for the plant installation, rolling out assemblies and installation professional to start plant installation. Plant testing and handover would be the third phase. In this phase is going to be act as a quality check before we hand over to the client. For the test for plant operationalization, make necessary adjustment in the plan to ensure desired specifications are reached. Run the plant for 2 weeks. After that, we can safely hand over the plant to the client. Project cost estimation. Phase 1 is a very intricate phase, as it's gonna be the design and manufacturing involved. So just to get all the design nitty-gritty and all the raw materials and all the manufacturing, this one's gonna take up most of the cost, adds up to 300 million. For the plant transportation and plant installation, both are gonna take 70 and 65 million each, respectively. And for the plant testing and handover, it's just gonna be 15 million, and we're gonna have that phase as a higher priority as well. Project management Gantt chart. So when we look at all the data and look it over in a Gantt chart, we can realize that part manufacturing is gonna take 16 weeks, and rolling out the phases as a plant installation is gonna take 24 weeks. These are our high time consuming tasks, and just wanted to get everyone on board with the timing so we can have a successful project implementation. This is going to be our communication plan. So there will be different phases, and all of the phases is during all phases, every team head is required to communicate to the client team. But for the purpose of design phase, it's gonna be all the project details, as in specification, requirements, just to get everything nailed down, so we will have a smoother sailing in the next phases. And for the plan transportation and installation, there's just gonna be status updated after what the communication have already happened during the plant phase 1 for design and manufacturing. And for the phase 3, plant testing and handover, this is also going to be a status update, and this is all of the communications going to happen through email, job description, face-to-face, phone conversation, and meetings. So what priority allocation? Based on all the information we have gathered so far, phase 1 requires a higher priority, just because we need to nail down all the design nitty-gritties of the specification and requirements and all the plant manufacturing, so we can have a smoother project implementation. And for the plant transportation, that is a low one, just because we're just going to ship the plant parts to the New Jersey and transportation of parts to Texas. Rolling out of assemblies and installation professional to start plant installation. That's going to be our phase 2 plant installation. That's going to be the medium phase, medium priority. And for the plant testing and handover, that's just going to be the QA analysis. So we're just going to be having a higher priority, because we need to have this going to based upon our company's reputation if it didn't go everything as planned. So we're gonna have this one as a higher priority as well. For project tracking plan, for financial process, customer, and execution, we're gonna be utilizing all of the different tools in order to have a smoother sailing. As for financial, our project outcomes delivering on business expectation, then we're gonna have a different tools for our utilization to have a proper documentation. Are we continuously improving our work processes? That's going to be in our process, and we're going to have a different maintaining time of approval sign offs, maintaining scope change control process, maintaining timely production of management reports. And same goes with the customer and execution. Are we meeting customer and stakeholder expectation? Are we delivering on the cost, schedule, quantity, quality, and reliability and safety? This is going to be the end of our project kickoff meeting, and thank you for everyone to join, and we hopefully will have a great time together. Thank you. If you have any questions, please let me know.